On the tee now, also representing the international team from New Zealand, Greg Turner.
So the foursomes format, for those who are not familiar with it, is that each side selects one player to drive the odds, the other the evens, and the first ball of the 1998 President's Cup will be struck by Greg Turner of New Zealand.
35 years old, playing in his first President's Cup. .324 meters.
Well, I must say, Sandy, if he's there in one, which the sound of it he is, that's not a bad surface to come off. So a little like sort of almost wood chippings or pine needles. It's got the ideal line in. Very fortunate.
Yes, a totally uninterrupted line into the flag. It's just that sandy lie which could affect it, but he's a seasoned performer, Craig Parry, and will be wanting to get the international team off to a great start here.
They like it that end. Oh,
Wow.
That's a marvellous recovery.
And it could be a wonderful start for Craig Parry. As we go to the first tee, and Fred Couples getting the next group away. He's with Tiger Woods. Couples very popular here in Australia.
On the tee, representing the international team from South Africa, Ernie Els.
Hugely popular, Ernie Els. As is Vijay Singh, who used to play on the Australasian circuit in the days when it was just the Australian circuit. He really is an international player. So too is Ernie.
Well, some have had trouble off the first, but not Ernie Els.
Par, birdie, par. Eagle putt for Greg Norman at number 2.
again, another very good putt. Gives the hole a look as it goes by. And although it's a 5 on the card, this really is in the minds of these players. If you don't make 4, you would expect to lose it. John Hughes will be feeling a bit better. That was a very good second he hit in there. Furyk to win the hole, 2 to halve. It's a very, very good try. He's held it.
Oh, yes!
2 out of 2.
Against this man, Tiger Woods and Fred Couples.
Tiger Woods didn't have a very good Ryder Cup when he played at Valderrama, so desperately keen here to win all 5 points.
Now to the 4th, and New Zealand's Frank Nobilo. Just off the green, bobbling it up, looks pretty good. Oh, yes!
Now we'll go to Ernie Els to the second. Remember, his opponent's in the bushes. And that's right at the pin. Terrific shot. Maybe able to repair the damage of the first hole straight away.
To Tiger Woods now. And he's on the second. They're playing, the Americans playing their 3rd shot.
Very fortunate that the ball ended up here, went right through the bushes. Pretty good lie. Very long swing by Woods, and that's an excellent shot there.
Certainly is marked.
You can see the American marker there. Beautifully done by Vijay Singh, who wins the hole with an eagle 3. And that makes up for the drop shot at the first. The match is all square. Oh, we saw Justin Leonard hitting his second shot here at the par 5 second into the trap. It's Davis Love with the recovery.
And he couldn't see the pin. That's one of the deeper bunkers on this course, but it certainly hasn't mattered. That's a great recovery shot.
At the 7th, this is Greg Turner from New Zealand to win the hole for the international team.
Yes, they've really got 2 chances to win the hole because they're going to make their 4 all right, the New Zealanders, but the Americans have still a reasonable length putt for their 4. That putt is conceded.
Flattish putt this. A little bit from left to right. It's for a half. 2 down for the internationals. 2 up.
Back to the 6th, uphill.
Maruyama going with
Oh, we seem to have lost
with a great applause.
David Fordham's microphone not working as well as it should, but Maruyama's swing and golf game is in good shape.
Appleby to half for a half at the 4th.
Hold this length putt so well in the Australian Open and does the same again. And Appleby and Price after 4 remain 1 up.
Lee Janzen at the 6th with the Americans' second shot. We saw Scott Hoch pull his drive into this position.
Yes, Janzen going with 8 iron. That flag today is 23 paces on. And it's skipped over the back.
At the 7th, Greg Norman. And Elkington's tee shot in fine position as he plays down to the corner of the golf course. In the shadow there to the left, the 8th tee. Norman using a 9 iron there. Crowd love it.
Playing with Shigeki Maruyama. This to go 1 up.
5 holes have been halved.
Oh!
Yes!
The only player in the field born in Melbourne, so he's got a huge crowd following Craig Parry. So we go ahead to the 7th and John Huston for a birdie.
Yeah, Huston and Furyk against Norman and Elkington there. So the Australians do have the chance to win the hole.
Well, we saw Greg Norman play a beautiful shot here at 7, this for birdie. And as is traditional in match play, the opposition saying you can have that one. So for those viewers watching match play for the first time, it's not about what your score is. And this putt now for a half for the American side. Furyk backing off. Disturbed by a bug.
And perhaps, Jack, that explains why a lot of the matches are very quick, aren't they, in foursomes?
Yeah, it's certainly a very quick game. The players are ready to play as soon as the ball literally stops rolling. Important putt here for Jim Furyk.
So Greg Norman and Steve Elkington square the match.
A couple of good scrambling holes from the internationals in that leading group, Jack, the last couple.
Yeah, they were. And that's the ebb and flow, if you like, of match play. And Mark, you're down there with Vijay Singh. Not an easy shot, this one.
No, he's going to try and hit a low hook, Jack, and scoot it up the front, but it's going to find the greenside bunker there.
Tiger Woods, second shot at the 7th.
Perfect position, 124 to the hole.
Oh!
Oh, magnificent shot from the Tiger.
Maruyama for a birdie at the 8th to win the hole. Remember, the Americans have been in the bunker. Bang on line there, but you'll get the 3.
And we hear that Ernie Els and Vijay Singh have conceded the hole at the 7th after that great shot from Tiger Woods.
Third shot from the Elk. At
1-2 coming
159.
That one too coming up a little short, Jack. Breeze just starting to pick up now, the northerly.
This will be a lovely putt.
Uphill.
Yes! The internationals turn one up.
I think you were an Australian there, Jack, sharing that one in.
Now Fred Couples at the 8th, and we saw Tiger Woods pull his tee shot into the swordgrass. Mark Rolfing is there.
Well, it's never a good sign when you're playing your third shot on a par 3 from an adjacent fairway. And that's exactly what Fred Couples is going to do here. He's taking an unplayable lie.
So Mark, Tiger's ball went right in the middle of that swordgrass.
It was right in the middle of the bush. In fact, it was so far in that Fred could not get 2 club lengths. If he could have gotten 2 club lengths and gotten clearance, he could have dropped it up by the bush. But he's now had to keep that point between himself and the hole and go back here to the 7th fairway.
Fine shot from Jim Furyk. At the 10th, par 5.
Now a chance for a 4.
Vijay Singh at the 8th. And remember, his opponent's on the green in 3. He's got this to win the hole. 2 putts may be good enough. But he's not leaving anything to chance.
How did that stay out? Beautiful putt from Singh.
So he'll tap in, and the Americans will have their putt to halve the hole.
Tell you what, Peter, that's like a win. That's a great escape.
Brett Ogle's down with Mark O'Meara. Brett.
Yeah, I think they're too close to this green. He's got a really, really tough golf shot here. He's played it superbly. Should bite, check, maybe a little bit of drift. Look out, it might go off the green. In the bunker.
Good call, Brett. It's absolutely what it was. Too close.
Third shot at the 9th for Fred Couples, who's playing with Tiger Woods. And that checked rather more quickly than he would have preferred. Woods still has a putt for a birdie.
Just about the same one that Maruyama holed for a half in the group ahead. He's done it too. Well, real advantage to having their length on this particular hole.
He's made a couple of great putts, hasn't he, Tiger?
Well, Nobilo putting. He drove, so he's got not only this, but the next one to win the hole.
Doesn't need it.
That makes them 2 down. 2 down at the half, and then won the 10th hole.
Well, this is an excellent view of this bunker shot by John Huston.
Matched by the quality of the shot. That was an excellent stroke by Huston.
Well, this is for 2 for Parry.
Well, the international team have just struck a decided blow, going 2 up, and Craig Parry now going with the what we call the Texas wedge, the putter. This will be quite slick. The breeze has really started to blow here at Royal Melbourne. But these two, Maruyama and Parry, have putted superbly so far, and that's a terrific effort for Craig Parry, putting real pressure on the international side in this match.
The wind has blown so strongly here that they once had to abandon the Australian Open because they couldn't stop the ball on the certain greens. Nicely holed by Fred Couples, and the Americans go 3 up. And that's their 5th birdie in 10 holes.
Well, there's been a team meeting down here at 13. Drive really affected by the breeze, and Furyk is left with what has become a very, very good shot from there. He skimmed it under the trees, and it's short of the traps on the right-hand side of the fairway.
They're beginning to applaud why not? He took his time. That's a stunning golf shot under the circumstances. Fabulous golf shot.
You have to think that if the wind continues to blow the way it's blowing, it does favour the international side more than the Americans, who are not so used to playing this kind of golf course on the US Tour. This is Stuart Appleby, second shot of the 10th.
That's 200 Renton for Stuart with a 5-iron. It's coming out hot from here, looking good, but looks hot. Just going to hold. Great shot.
Mark Rolfing's down with Ernie else. What's he got in his hand, Dave?
Tee shot very difficult here. Renton at 11 right now, trying to keep the ball down. That's a very good shot under the circumstances, and being 3 down, they need to get something back quickly.
Nick Price. Oh.
Middle stump.
Back to 13. Nick Price needing this challenging putt to halve the hole.
He's done.
Well done.
What a wonderful fall they made there. And isn't Allenby delighted? Appleby rather, having put him in the trees off the tee. That's a great escape.
2 up at the moment. This putt would give them victory by 3 and 2. 3 up with only 2 holes to play. Remembering you can only win 1 hole at a time. Impossible for the Americans to win from there, or even half. Big putt.
Yes! He's delighted, Craig Parry. Played his first round here at the age of 13. And they've won the match.
You know, it was actually good, both of us being out there. I could tell him where to hit it under the hole, and he hit it perfect, you know, every time. And, you know, where it was a tricky flag, he hit it under the hole, so it was good.
Great start. Well done for the international team.
Thanks.
Thank you, David. We're watching Frank Nobilo. This is a big putt. This is a major putt. What a sensational performance, because we saw the approach of O'Meara, Jack. You don't get a better climax than this.
That is unbelievable putt from Frank Nobilo, especially on that green.
What a way to win it.
He won the Zimbabwe Open for the 3rd year in a row, and won it by 6 after having not been in the lead with a round to play. He's got a very low final round.
Great shot.
$160 metres. This has started right now. It needs the breeze to hit it. Here it comes. 6-iron.
Great shot, Pat.
Here's a great shot, and Greg Norman throws his hand in the air to thank the elk.
Well, can the Australian Stuart Appleby put the international team one up? He can. Beautiful putt from Appleby there after a great second shot by Nick Price. Leonard left his putt short from outside that, and the international team go one up. So, I mean, there's a lot of golf to be played yet, but at this stage, the international is making a really inspired start. Looks very good.
Woo.
And it'll still be the Americans to putt. And it's all looking very good for Norman and Elkington. It's all conceded, and Norman and Elkington have beaten Furyk and Huston.
They've got to make 3, the Americans, somehow. And that's not a bad start. At least they may well have a putt for it. Beautiful match play situation. Great shot.
Go away. Gee, made it look very easy. Very smooth putting style.
Terrific putt at the last by 11. You think a fair result?
Yeah, I think in the end it was, Bruce.
Yeah, good effort. So it's 3.5 to 1.5, an important half there for the United States. Probably the most fascinating match of the lot this morning.
On it. Still got a big job to do here. What he wants to be able to do now, Sandy, is get this close, guarantee the 4, allow his partner a free one. And he's played that sensationally well. He may not even need his partner to do anything. Oh, what a wonderful shot.
This for a birdie, this to go 1 up. Will come a little from his left. Yes!
Start.
First black to the Internationals.
Well, that's a great shot from Norman, but he's got a ridge in front of between his ball and the hole. He's got a very difficult putt.
And now Steve Elkington, his second shot to this par 5.
That's the one.
Well, he's joined Norman safely on the green.
Now, Marco Mira chipped up within about a metre for his eagle. Now, this is Jim Furyk, a putt off the putting surface for an eagle. And have a look at that, how that didn't go in is anybody's guess. Now, Greg Norman, this is a second hole, the par 5. This is for Norman, an eagle attempt, tough putt, up a ridge, down the hill. He's done it. He's 3 under after 2 individually, and Elkington and Norman go 2 up over O'Meara and Furyk after 2 holes.
Ahead, Joe Ozaki, long birdie putt on the par 3 third. Looks good. Joe's arrived at Royal Melbourne.
Now, Marco Mira at the 4th, birdie to make this match all square. Remember, the Australians, Norman and Elkington, won the first 2 holes, and he's done it. So O'Meara's won 3 and 4 after Norman had won 1 and 2. So that match is all square. So that's a terrific result. Now, Stuart Appleby playing with Vijay Singh. This at the 1st. He halved his match this morning. Oh, that's a pretty good shot.
Nick Price to the par 3 third. That's for 2 for the man from Zimbabwe. And now Ernie Els. This match all square.
Oh, be the right distance, Paul. Be the right distance.
He likes it. Oh, that's really nice. Almost pitched it in the hole.
Would have looked sensational to him, wouldn't it? Now back to the first and Tiger Woods. Birdie opportunity.
Up the slope, it'll break from his left to right.
It wasn't ever going anywhere else, was it?
He knew it. He knew it as he charged after it.
Nick Price at the 3rd. Oh, this for 2 down the slope. On you go. On you go.
Yes.
Few supporters out there, Sandy.
And Maruyama.
That's
on the 4th.
That's a 3, Sandy, for Maruyama.
Yes, look, you can tell he's pumped up and he's happy. The boys from Japan are on their way.
His mate had a 2 at the 3rd, and he's got a 3 there. Marco Mira playing with Furyk. Furyk in the bunker, remember, so it's all on his shoulders and nicely done.
Short time ago, this is 4-ball competition. The international team lead 3.5 to 1.5 over the United States after this morning's foursomes. Now this match is all square after 4 holes. Norman won the first 2 with a birdie eagle, and then O'Meara came back strongly. Norman playing with Elkington, O'Meara playing with Furyk. Now this is live. Now if O'Meara can knock this in, he will continue on his hot streak, but he hasn't been able to do it. So the best the Americans could do now is halve. Now Davis Love at the second has knocked that in. Now Love's playing with couples against Parry and Franco.
International team 4, United States team 4, match is all square.
So that match all square. Now this is Elkington at the 5th. The 5th hole, a par 4, 304 metres. Oh, he's got it for birdie.
Not a bad match this Sandy at the top. The 6 under par for the first 5 holes. Better ball.
Well, Norman started like a shot out of a gun.
And great quantities. What's he, 3rd in the Japanese order of merit? 4th now.
A couple of wins this year, and he needs a big cart to take it home. $89,592,000 yen. 2nd in greens in regulation in Japan this year. Average score 69.63. Only one man was better than that.
And Parry Franco couples love the 3rd. All clear. All square, I should say. There's Furyk. Good shot. Very good shot.
Ellison Price remain 1 up.
Carlos Franco has a chance to win the 3rd. Again, he starts it way right. It looks good, though. Okay. He's cool, isn't he, Carlos?
Second shot to the 6th hole, which is a par 4, 402 metres. They're 2 up, the Japanese pair, playing for the internationals against Calcavecchia in Houston. So it's another good shot. Maruyama won the 4th with a birdie, and Ozaki the 3rd. They've done very, very well. So they're 2 up. Now, just missing Leonard. That was at the 3rd. That was for a birdie, which really would have put the pressure on Singh and Appleby. Now the weather, have a look at this. It's going to get hotter, apparently. It's currently 40. It could get to 42. And the northerly is at 20 kilometres per hour. We're told that we'll get no relief until 5 o'clock in Melbourne tomorrow. It's going to be hot, very, very hot until then.
Big putt from Freddie Couples. So the Americans starting to make a couple of moves here.
Appleby a bit offline there at the 5th, but that's the chance of a 3.
Now Appleby, birdie attempt here at 5 to put the pressure on Justin Leonard. Got it.
Leonard attempting to halve to enable his team to stay 1 up.
Americans don't like losing holes.
Driving in the rough, not too crucial.
Parry coming up the green at the 6th. This is for 3. And he'll get 4. Remember that Davis Love the 3rd has already played 4 and is in the bunker at the back.
As strong as I thought it'd be knocking us around, but it is just that dry Melbourne December heat that you promised us.
Couples to halve the hole. Oh dear.
Well, they've just lost the last 2 holes in 4-ball with bogeys, and that's well, almost punishable by death at this game.
Price picking another terrific lie. Nick Price straight down the middle of the fairway. Very important for Price and Els to start fighting their way back in this match with the Americans at the moment with the ascendancy.
Nick Price next to go.
Nick Price also going with 3 wood. And Price has struck that very solidly as well. That started to work on the breeze. And the fans love it down here. Fine shot from Nick Price.
Gee, that's two great shots to get onto that hole, too, at any time, but with that breeze into your face.
Joe Ozaki is playing with Maruyama, and bingo! Birdie for him. This birdie putt. Chance to again go clear of O'Meara and Furyk. Looking good.
Yes, and he really had to work this morning to get their result, and probably tail up for that. Here's Jim Furyk to halve the hole. And doing so, bravely done. Never easy when you're a couple down and, you know, you lose that one and you almost write yourself off.
Par 4, 279. You can go for the green here. It's a beautiful hole, and Norman looks like he might be. They lead by 2 over O'Meara and Furyk. I think quality-wise, it's probably been the match of the afternoon, and he's done it. And there's another ball there, which looks like it might be Elkington. So, terrific result there for the international team.
Phil Mickelson on 10. And suddenly things just starting to work a little for the Americans, because that now gives them another win, and Duval and Mickelson 2 up. Well, we've seen Davis Love. Now we'll have a look at Craig Parry and see if he can save it and halve it.
Just for a half. It's got the legs. Oh, and it's got the direction. Well, well, well.
Whatever you can do, so too can we. Thank you. Oh, Carlos.
Now, Craig Parry off tape at the 10th par 5. He's had a very good day, Craig. Maruyama this morning won 3 and 2 against Hoch and Janzen. There's a par 5, and oh, that is good. Now they're 2 up, Parry and Franco, over Couples and Love. Now here's Love off tape. Now he made a miracle birdie at the 9th a moment ago. As Bruce Critchley said, not too many good shots in it, but he made it. Let's see if he can be as good as Parry. Just about. They're putting for eagles. Good golf there, but they're a couple down, Couples and Love. Now, Nick Price for birdie at the par 3 11th. Price. It's coming. He's got it. That's a terrific birdie by Nick Price. Well, that gets them back in business probably, because Duval and Mickelson are a couple up.
So can he do the same here? Hole this one on top of Couples' eagle by making his own eagle.
Listen to the cheer if it goes in.
And well, we've seen a couple of shots from here. It's quite steeply up to the edge of the green, and perhaps the first metre on it, then it's downhill, big swing from right to left. Oh, Brad.
Well, now there you go, but never mind, his partner Davis Love the third is lying handy for a 2.
Pop it in or pick it up.
So the Americans relying on Davis Love to make his 2, but you never know, Love might win the hole.
Not really much you can say about that shot, Brenton, that Fred just hit.
Look at Phil Mickelson here. Huge bunker. These players play them so well. Back to 11, Justin Leonard. This match all square. Leonard Woods, Appleby Singh.
Best shot yet today.
Sensational.
Appleby Singh partnership is going to get a half. Appleby really has to hold this, and he has. Would you believe? Leonard nearly hold his tee shot, but Appleby rolls in a putt for a 2.
Hey.
The match remains all square, 3-11. Calcavecchia rolling that one in for par. So this game could still finish here, because if Maruyama pops this one in for 4, it's all over, 5 and 4.
Just for those Who've never seen match play before. The Japanese pairing are 5 up and there's only 4 holes to play if he gets this one in, so the match is all over. Oh my goodness.
It was too easy, that one.
And it spent a little too early.
United States 4, International 5, International Dormy 4.
Welcome back off tape. Now, we saw Stuart Appleby play very good tee shot, but he didn't go for the green at the short 12th. Here's his chip. And have a look at this. This for an eagle. So close. He's played magnificently this afternoon and was very good this morning. He in Elkington.
And this looks good for Norman.
Oh, dear, 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 dear. How did that not go in? My goodness gracious.
Mrs. Maruyama and Ozaki were hoping to have been in the locker room by now. Not to be. They are, however, 4 up in their match against Calcavecchia and Huston. Second shot for Joe Ozaki to 15. Par 4 of just on 400 metres. Maybe this time. Ozaki for the match. He's done it. Ah, Shigeki and Joe. Well done.
Ernie L says this to win the hole and square the match.
But it's a difficult green to read lines on. It's so sort of bland. Hasn't quite got the legs, has it? It's got the line and it's got the legs. What a great putt. That's it.
That's how to finish it. That's how to do it. Norman and Elkington have beaten O'Meara and Furyk.
Vijay Singh, birdie putt up the hill at 15. He's got it. At last, he makes a putt. Huge putt here to stay in the match.
How brave. How brave was that?
Right through to the conclusion. Now, here's Ernie Els at 17. Remember that Mickelson's close. And, oh, hang on. This looks like Elkington all over again. What a great putt by Ernie Els. And 1 down with 2 to play. Now, Fred Couples at the 16th, I should say. Second shot. They're also 1 down with 3 to play. And Freddie has played a beauty. That's dead. That'll bring them right back into it. Now, here's Mickelson. Now, if he puts this in for a birdie, they'll be 1 up with 1 to play. It's the only match the US are in front in the 4-ball this afternoon. They needed a good part.
Well, last 3 matches still on the golf course are coming right down to the wire.
To 18, Nick Price.
First match of the day this afternoon has come to this 18th hole, and just look at that for a second shot in there.
This for birdie at the 18th, just outside the right lip. He's got it.
Well, all credit to them. He and Els to finish 3-3. Can't do no more than that. They'd also be aware, Jack, this is a match they should have won when you're 2 up and 5-6 playing pretty well. That if they don't get this, it's a point that really they should have badly needed to gain. That adds pressure.
And he has missed. I don't know whether that crowd might have put him off at all at the same time, but what it means is they finish all square. It's half a point each. The international team now has scored 6. United States of America 2.
Vijay's had streaks of brilliance this afternoon. after an ordinary morning and an ordinary start today. That is a beauty. That's nearly a gimme. Fred Couples, as he was this morning with Tiger Woods. Boy, do they need something here, the United States. They're 7-2 down. This is the last match. Now, this is good. In fact, it's very, very good indeed. Oh, can he play?
This to take the international team to a 7-2 lead.
Just inside the right lip.
He's done it. Singh and Appleby have defeated Justin Leonard and Tiger Woods. And the international team now has a commanding 7-2 lead.
I think you'll get it because it's right to left. It was a left to righter. Not the favourite part of the golfers. Just to win the match.
He gets it. So the United States on the board with a full point.
Didn't Couples play brilliantly late there? It was really his inspiration late. So Norman, Elkington winning, Maruyama and Ozaki winning. Halved Earls Price late against Duval, Mickelson. Couples and Love coming from behind to win. And Appleby and Singh winning 2-1. It's 7-3.
What they are going to have to contend with, Renton, though, is very similar weather conditions that we experienced yesterday. It was the second hottest December day in Melbourne this century.
Maybe a little bit of an awkward distance.
It's a very difficult shot to have as your first one of the day for the people playing second. Just look at that.
Oh, this could go in.
Oh, business is before them.
What were you saying about difficult shots? Second, Greg Turner, second shot. After the Nobilo tee shot.
Playing irons to this par 5. Another fine shot from the New Zealander, giving himself the chance of an eagle 3. They're inspiring each other. Back to the first, and Greg Norman second from a perfect position in the fairway. Alternate shot golf this morning.
Norman oblivious to the noise, and the internationals one up after one. As we join Mark Calcavecchia after the Janzen tee shot.
Has he put it back in the trees on the other side? He has, you know. Just a little clump of grass there beside Elkington. Ball.
Not really hindering the swing, Renton. This looks very good. This is started to the right-hand side of the flag. Should ride in the breeze. Safely on for 2, and the Americans in further trouble in facing their third from 150 metres back in the fairway.
Fast putts downhill.
Janzen and Calcavecchia having all sorts of trouble early on in their round.
At least he can get into the back of the ball there. He had an 8-iron in his hand and he's flown it into the middle of the green, and that's a great shot. Can't get away with a half yet.
It's a wonderful recovery, isn't it, from Lee Janzen? As we move to Greg Norman's eagle putt on the par 5 second. This to go 2 up.
Three with his own ball yesterday afternoon, did Greg Norman. This is for a half. And not to be, so played 2, lost 2.
Up ahead, Frank Nobilo. Big birdie putt for the New Zealander.
Look at the swing on it.
Starting way right. Looks pretty good. Oh. Nobilo is deadly.
Well, both the Americans and the international team failed to make the green in 2. At the 4th, good recovery from the bunker.
Furyk at the 2nd, 3rd shot at the par 5.
Out of the sand for a moment and now back in it.
The international team are on for 2 here at the 2nd. This is Scott Hoch playing his 4th. Oh, very nearly got the birdie 4 from the bunker.
How about that? How delighted is Craig Parry with his partner's terrific shot, because that was a more difficult one than Tiger Woods's.
Maruyama making up for having put his partner into the bunker behind the green. Now, Couple says this to win the hole. This is for a par 4. It's quite possible the internationals may still get a half in 5. Hole halved.
Yeah. We'll go back to the 4th green. This is David Duval playing with Phil Mickelson. This for 3, and he's got it. That solved the problem of so this good fortune sparing. They go 1 up.
At the 7th, this is his 2nd shot. All class.
Must try and knock this in, even though they may still lose the hole. Make the opponent's putt. And he's done it.
He's a tough rooster in these match play games. It's Craig Parry.
Known to be a bit suspect from short range. But he hasn't missed any naughty ones this week or even last week. He's missed that one.
Dear, oh dear. Oh, that's a brilliant shot from David Duval. Absolutely brilliant shot. And don't come much better than that. Big borrow on this from Mickelson's right to left. And the breeze coming also right to left. So the question is, how hard do you hit it and how much do you allow for the slope and do you allow for the wind? That's the quandary the player goes through. Oh, beautifully hole. That's a great 2 there today.
This is for 2.
Gee, this would be a nice one to get this match, which is currently has the Americans in front. Big putt for Nobilo. This for a birdie, this to get back to square.
He'd like the best of reels from this competition, wouldn't he, to take home on a video. He's had some magic moments. Same Hoch, they drew the line, Jack, right now to be 11.5, 3.5. It's pretty lopsided. The US do need to make a move in a couple of these matches.
Yes, if it stayed like that and then they won the 5-4 balls this afternoon, the game would be over.
Don't say that, Richard.
This is a wonderful shot here from Davis Love. We just saw...
it has been halved, that hole, at 12. Now, Singh at 9 has made a birdie.
First birdie for the international team. In fact, the first birdie at the 9th today from Vijay Singh. What about Royal Birkdale and Muirfield?
Great bunker shot from Nick Price, absolutely super. Stuart having left him in that front trap, underclubbing badly into this 10th hole.
That'll be a win for Price and Appleby. So they go 2 up now after 10.
So Ernie Els here at the 11th. This is an absolute gem of a hole. The flag today just 14 on, but tucked precariously behind that right-hand trap. And the players going at it with a 7-iron.
Oh, that's a wonderful shot from Ernie Els. This international group currently 2 up, and that is just the shot that they would want. A beautiful shot from Ernie Els.
But I think holes are running out there.
This is Parry's third shot at the 12th. Remember that Parry was in the bunker off the tee. Maruyama, his recovery shot finished in the scrubby ground there, very typical of the land that used to be here, presumably, before they built this golf course in the 20s. Well, Maruyama's putting here for a par 4. They really are making heavy weather of this 12th hole. Good pace there, good line. Oh, he's made it! Oh, would you believe it? What an adventurous 4 they had there. Never on the fairway. And a single putt from long range for the par.
That's hugely destructive to the morale of the other side when they do something like that. But Woods, of course, still has this putt for the win, but he must have felt, well, I've only got to get it to the hole side and we'll get the hole back. And very difficult to retune your thoughts, but he's done it with that. He's done it. Great match play golf, this. Wonderful cut and thrust. And I say there's sort of, seemingly, I think, on the Americans, a bit more passion about what they're doing. Well, Els and Vijay Singh have just gone on playing well, and this pair have come off the boil a little bit, but must get up and down in 2 and make Els get a 2 to win the hole, if at all possible, but it's not going to be possible. They're going to lose this without much of a fight.
Singh at 11. That'll do. So they're 3 up now.
Shigeki Maruyama from the bunker.
It's a much easier shot for Fred Couples, but I'll tell you what a wonderful shot the Japanese lad has played. That is a sensational bunker shot. Just got it out over the lip, and maybe having an option doesn't necessarily make it any easier because you're between 2 shots.
I think he's going to play a similar shot to the Americans. He's thrown it up higher. This is going to settle beautifully. That's a magnificent shot from Ernie Els.
And so say all of us. Fantastic. Big, long backswing, tremendously controlled. 16th tee.
Shot. And what a boost it would be to the international team if Nobilo and Turner could manage to beat Leonard and Love. And well, I tell you, Els and Singh have won 4 of the last 5 holes.
It's a wonderful view for the players as they come around the dogleg and down the hill. It's a great sight for the spectators too.
Yes, massive crowd here at 16, 140 metres with a 9-iron right at it.
Oh, spot on, Pat, right at it. Well, the hot group has been Els and Singh. Will it continue as Ernie Els from a long way out goes bang? Say goodnight to the folks, says Ernie.
The internationals are pretty close in 3. And that, I think, is the end of that. And it's another point for the internationals.
Yes, that is it. Victory to Vijay Singh and Ernie Els in very comprehensive fashion.
Greg Turner second to the final hole, as they were yesterday. He and Nobilo 1 up and 1 to play. And how about that? He asked his partner to hole a 45-footer. Today it will be at worst a 3-footer. Fantastic shot. This is Calcavecchia at the 17th to win the hole and square the match. He's done it. He's done it. Well, I suppose in the end, no great surprise in that.
Davis Love for a birdie, but the New Zealanders are in there very tight, remember. And certainly looks like they're going to concede. Yes, they are. So what a great effort from the Kiwis. Good shot from
Stuart Appleby. They've made 4.
Yes! All square. A couple to play. The high fives from Nick Price.
This is then to square the match.
Oh, he's done it.
Oh,
Look at him.
Oh. All square. Price and Maruyama.
Mighty fight back though. And now Elkington has this to halve it, and he's as solid as a rock.
That's a fantastic putt, Sandy. It was everything against him. All the run of play had been in the opposite direction.
So
And
cool, isn't he? So cool.
Maruyama 163. It's climbing on the wind. He's pulled it. It's way left into the heading towards the people. One bounce into the people. Actually, it mightn't be too bad. It might have stopped right there on the edge of the green.
Come on, Nick. Get it close. I shouldn't be partisan, should I?
No barracking, Jeffrey.
Little to the right, but pretty good for length. Oh, that's a great shot. Fantastic shot.
Looks good. Yes. Quiet determination there from Stuart Appleby. Nick Price is there. And come on, we're coming home. And he's pumping him. That's great to see.
3-3 they've just gone. Price finished last night with 2 threes to square their game.
well, they'd go wild here if Parry hold this.
It's a very, very good shot, Renton. It's a fantastic shot.
Oh, wonderful! Oh, would you believe it?
The hometown boy, the 2 little pocket battleships.
Well, we saw Nobilo holding a long putt in foursomes yesterday at the 18th, but, well, that was even better. He had to judge it perfectly. He did judge it perfectly. And
that's great. Look at that.
It's not all over though, boys. The opposition's got a putt for a half, but I think they've just taken the whole out of me.
well, well, well.
It's Shigeki.
This for a birdie 3. This for Woods and Couples to finish all square.
No.
The international team have won another point, and it moves to 10.5, 3.5.
And what a way to finish. That was just wonderful. Crowd's gone berserk.
Well, Maruyama and Parry were only down once. Let's go to Brett Ogle.
Oh, unbelievable. Craig, has there ever been a better chip shot that you've ever held in your lifetime than that one?
Oh, I don't think so. I had a few good chips in my life, and you know, that was pretty important. You know, I thought we might have to make birdie for a half, and you know, we got away with the win. So.
Well, you guys, Maruyama-san, a beautiful putt on the 17th hole. Big, big putt too. 1 down, 2 to play to make that putt to give you guys the opportunity to win on the last. How did you feel over that putt?
Yeah, I'm very happy. very, very happy.
Ah, he can speak English. He can take us through it, but gee, you've got thousands watching this shot, Jeff.
It certainly is, Sandy. It's sitting pretty good in here, you see, like 7-9 should be looking good here, straight at it. If it's lens correct, it's... Oh, there you go. What more do I say?
Let's just wrap this 18th up and take it away. Not over yet.
It's this for a possible half match. Say good night, Dick. What an extraordinary morning's golf.
Well, he wants to seal it with this, but
2 will do.
They've got 2.
If you do it, gate 2, take 2.
Yeah.
Just roll it up nicely, don't by any heroics.
No rush of blood.
Perfect. 4.5 to a half in the foursomes for the international side against America on the second day.
And that takes us, as we're about to enter the second day of 4-ball competition, the internationals in a commanding position, 11.5 points. United States, 3.5.
Just that neatly little length, probably only 15 metres short of the green. He's got to toss it up. Well, he's done that very well. Now he's got to stop it. Oh, he's done it beautifully. That's exquisite, isn't it? Look at that.
Well, it's good to see the internationals are resting on its laurels. Just ball ended up behind fluff.
Just for half.
United States team 4, international team 3, international team 1 up.
Scott Hoch had played out from the other side of the bunker, not particularly well, but Mark O'Meara played a gem here. Beautiful shot. Looks a certain birdie for him.
Craig Turner for a half in 4. O'Meara's already been conceded his putt, so they've got a 4, and unfortunately the Nobilo's hold his, missed his, and I think he has, so I think it'll be 1 up to the United States.
And we're at the third, 161 metres. It's a signature hole of this course. Scott Hoch has played a sensational shot. That was on tape, and Jack suggested that had it been a fiberglass pole, it might have gone in. Now, O'Meara went through the green, so Turner and Nobilo have got to respond here. Yeah, 1 down after 2. They've played so brilliantly, and that's a very good golf shot. A very good golf shot from Greg Turner.
This pairing, London couples, won the only point yesterday afternoon for the United States. They were 1 down and 3 to play, and finished 3-4-3 to turn 1 down into 1 up.
I've been thinking about why the internationals are giving the Americans such a hard time, and I believe that the Americans' course management yesterday and today just hasn't been good enough, and the internationals have definitely had a big advantage there. What a great shot this is. Ozaki, beautiful shot.
So if he gets this in, he'll have started 3-4-2.
He's got it. He was after. Nearly got to the hole before the ball.
In fact, Fred Couples totally blocked from a view of the flagstick. Shorter shot, though, than Norman and Elkington had. 196 to the hole.
Well, that's an excellent shot from Fred Couples from where he was. A blind second shot, and he'll be putting for an eagle.
Put any more stress on his shoulder than he needs to.
To the third, Lee Janzen, and welcome back to Renton Laidlaw, who's been outside observing the change in conditions. Renton.
Come on back.
It's a wonderful shot. A wonderful shot from Lee Janzen, and some joy coming for Janzen and Calcavecchia now. There's this putt for an eagle. This to go 1 up against Norman and Elkington. Looks pretty good.
Well, he had the birdie at the first, and he's now got the eagle 3-3 start.
sensational.
Thank you, Pat.
Let's have another look at this, Bruce.
Finished down in the...
Well, it was a
Valley
beautiful
there.
shot anyway. Hello. He's only holding it.
Believe it!
Nothing wrong with that shoulder.
But he's playing well, and he's got a great record in the President's Cup.
And he's got that well hard.
3-3-2. That's not a bad start against the par of 4-5-3.
So impressive as foursomes partners this morning. Used an 8-iron there at the par 4.
Fourth birdie in 5 holes. This to be all square with Vijay Singh in the singles.
Birdie Barrage.
Has he hit it? Yes, he has. Yes, he has. Yes, he has.
Thank you, Ernie.
Might just call it a birdie blitz, I think.
Of course, there's a temporary grandstand here beside the 8th, and that natural amphitheatre at the back. A huge crowd. I dare say this is 6 for Tiger and looking good.
Looking really good, Pat. Right at the stick.
And this could be a decisive putt for the side and for Franco's confidence. Got it.
With him here. Now Tiger Woods at the 8th for birdie, and to win this hole and to get here and Huston back to 2 down. They're 4 down after 6.
John Huston playing with Tiger Woods today. Behind at the moment. Big putt. And he makes it. Doesn't he look tiny in that bunker?
That's an excellent shot from about 60 metres.
Greg Turner for birdie at the 12th. This to give the internationals a win on that hole. He's done it, so that's back to square for the first time since the 2nd hole today. So here's O'Meara. I say back to square. He had to make this. This is off tape, and he missed. So that's all square after 12 holes. Nobilo and Turner. Now this is Elkington for eagle to square up Norman Elkington couples love match. Couples and love have basically been one up for all of it. He's made it. So Elkington's there. They turn all square.
Norman in the bottom match. Second shot to then. His partner already through the green in the gallery. Wind across from left to right, so he starts it down the left-hand side. Working back.
That's good.
It is. Oh. Hello. I think beginning to waken up.
The left-hander. We were watching at Royal Melbourne this week. This birdie attempt is wobbling down. Finally, he makes one. And that was a few moments ago. Maruyama will attempt to save it.
United States wins the hole. It's 3-4. The match is all square.
I reckon he will. And if he does, they'll win the match.
I think that's a very good call because it would be grabbing the initiative at a crucial point. And it's an important point for the various scoreboards around the course. Tell their mates that they're doing something.
Well done. So it's Ernie who breaks the deadlock, and the internationals go one up.
International team 3, international team 1 up.
This for a birdie, this for a half, and this to remain all square. He's just got a little bit niggledy with himself. A couple of good opportunities at 10 and 11. Can he get one in here? Yes, he can. Great putt from Norman.
So it's thrilling golf. Els from 157. Punching a 6-iron.
Come on.
Needs it to work back away from these traps. Oh, just clambering over.
Nothing wrong with that.
Now here's Janzen at 14, his approach, par 4, 425 metres. They're 2 up, Janzen and Calcavecchia on Price and Franco. He likes it, and why not? Absolute gem. Earls can put them 2 up here. He's got it. So Earls and Singh are 2 up with 3 to play over Woods and Huston. So that's a big move there. Let's see what the Tiger can do. All in the same group, remembering that Woods and Huston are 2 down with 3 to play. They need something very special. Can the world #1 do it? Oh, look at that suck back. Well, 3 super shots in there. Here's Maruyama. Now, this for a 3. He's got it. So they're 2 up. Maruyama and Ozaki are 2 up with 3 to play. So, gee, the internationals are looking stronger by the minute.
Yeah, he'll get this.
Which he does. So the lead is cut in half. The Americans are 1 down in this match.
This is the 17th. It's all square. O'Meara and Hoch, Nobilo and Turner. This to give the USA a 1-shot lead going into the last, and he's got it. So they can't lose that first match. The worst they can do is get a half a point. So that's a big blow there.
This to go 1 up against Couples and Love.
Yes.
Yes, he can.
Huge putt here. Remember, they were 2 down, and Tiger hold that important one at 16 to bring them back to 1 down, and he's done it, the world #1. So now Singh will have to make his putt. Needed this to maintain their 1-shot lead going into the last, and didn't have quite the right line. So what a comeback by Woods and Huston for the 2nd time today.
A scene of such great glory for him here just yesterday morning. Now he's got to get this to check.
Didn't do too badly. It was never an easy shot, that one.
Carlos passing the hole on the left. That was a birdie attempt for Franco, and that is the end of the match. Success for the United States.
This is a tense battle as well. The first game, this is O'Meara at the 18th, his 3rd shot. And, well, he plays these shots beautifully, guarantees the 4, and it means that, assuming Scott Hoch doesn't hold for 3, Greg Turner will have a putt for 3 to square the match.
Turner's got this putt for a birdie, and if he doesn't make it, the Americans win 1 up.
It's big.
Oh! What an attempt from Greg Turner. That had a big look in and then spun out.
But that's it. Victory to Scott Hoch and Mark O'Meara.
Everyone's offered advice on this putt. Even Tiger, which was ignored.
Yes, sir!
What Now, Mr. Huston, over to you.
Did you see the look on his face? He loved it from a man who never shows any emotion.
Well, here's what we'd call a fairly big putt.
What an important point for the international side. 13.5 to 5.5 now, with Ernie Els and Vijay Singh beating Tiger Woods and John Huston by 1 up with a birdie at the last.
This for birdie, this to go 2 up. He's got it.
2 up, 2 to play. Let's go.
.163-meter shot, same as Fred Couples.
Oh! Slamming into the pin.
And the way he's putted, he'll be looking to put this one in the leather.
Go in the hole.
Set.
Gee, you hit a good putt.
So, moment of truth for Davis Love and the United States. That is it.
We're both there, really. I mean, we never let each other down. We played the way we've been playing together for the last couple of months, and we have a huge confidence in each other's ability. If I don't look like I'm there, I've got confidence in Steve. If he's not there, he knows I'm going to be there to back him up. So it was an important win for us here today.
Conditions about 25 degrees cooler than Friday, Sandy. So we're all very happy. The rain has stopped, and what it's going to do, obviously, is soften up the greens, and I think that is going to have to favour the Americans this afternoon, because everyone on the American team, including the captain Jack Nicklaus, have admitted that they've had a little bit of trouble reading these fast Royal Melbourne greens. I've been out on the course for a quick look around. It does look still in perfect shape, despite the drenching that we've had in the last few hours. But the great news is, for the start of the singles, is that the weather is fine. You can see behind me Craig Parry, who's first out, and Justin Leonard is up on the American range at the moment. With him, Nick Price, he's also out here practicing. The rest of the international team is expected very shortly, and there is a massive crowd building out here on the practice range already.
Well, that's a tremendous shot from Craig Parry.
Just need a little bit more. Everything, one can tell now, that little bit softer.
Which would put him 2 up on Frank Nobilo from New Zealand. Jim Furyk, who hasn't won a point so far. Straight up the hill, straight as a die. 2 up on Nobilo after 3.
And another chance for a win for the Americans with Phil Mickelson.
He gets a lot of spin on the ball usually. He likes to hit these shots pretty flat and low. Well, he's proved me wrong. He's hit it in high. And this is looking real good. There you go. What a shot. What a shot in the hole. Goal! How about a one?
We're away, says Joe. Parry needs this for a win. He looks good. Parry 2 up after 6.
It's like a dog with a bone. It's going to be hard to get it off him, Sandy.
2 up against David Duval. He's got the chance to go 3 up if he were to hold this one. Oh, he does too. Nick Price.
Also, couples, let's go back and show you Janzen. Don't get as much better than this, do you? Have a look at this. Norman Woods, by the way, at the first. Mate, nearly went in. Absolutely nearly went in. Let's go live to the first tee.
Is he going to be on song enough to take it to Tiger Woods today? Driver off the first. Uphill, first third of its trip, and then it gets up the top of the hill and then breaks back to the right. Speed vital.
Looks good.
He's got it. Never looked like missing.
Is that the first you've seen from there today? That's
just going to the 3 medal. Doesn't need the driver with his length. Just see how much clubhead speed the guy generates at the ball. It's frightening. Put it this way, I wouldn't like to have my finger down there, Sandy.
Third hole, Ernie saw his tee shot. Needs this probably because Davis Love's not too far away. He's wrapped it in the back.
Here's Greg Turner, Renton.
Yes, and this is for a win at the 5th hole. Turner is currently 1 down. Oh, how is it? Hanging there and not dropping.
Yes, and bearing in mind he was told midway through the second series of matches, the 4 balls, that he would be rested the second day, and he'd lost in the morning. I was a bit surprised, I must say. And particularly as he'd won 5 out of 5 in this match 2 years ago. Couples at the 3rd. Vijay Singh, his opponent. He's taken 3. Couples therefore this to win the hole, and he's done it. It took about 5 seconds for the ball to get there, but once you get in motion down that hill, only the hole will stop.
Have a look at this. Norman Woods, by the way, at the first. Nearly went in. Absolutely nearly went in. Let's go live to the first tee.
Is he going to be on song enough to take it to Tiger Woods today? Driver off the first. Uphill, first third of its trip, and then it gets up the top of the hill and then breaks back to the right. Speed vital.
Looks good.
He's got it. Never looked like missing.
Is that the first you've seen from there today? That's
just going to the 3 medal. Doesn't need the driver with his length. Just see how much clubhead speed the guy generates at the ball. It's frightening. Put it this way, I wouldn't like to have my finger down there, Sandy.
Third hole, Ernie saw his tee shot. Needs this probably because Davis Love's not too far away. He's wrapped it in the back.
Here's Greg Turner, Renton.
Yes, and this is for a win at the 5th hole. Turner is currently 1 down. Oh, how is it? Hanging there and not dropping.
Yes, and bearing in mind he was told midway through the second series of matches, the 4 balls, that he would be rested the second day, and he'd lost in the morning. I was a bit surprised, I must say. And particularly as he'd won 5 out of 5 in this match 2 years ago. Couples at the 3rd. Vijay Singh, his opponent. He's taken 3. Couples therefore this to win the hole, and he's done it. It took about 5 seconds for the ball to get there, but once you get in motion down that hill, only the hole will stop it.
Well, this is at the 10th is Nick Price for an eagle. This would win him the hole. Oh, well, now, well done. Nick Price goes 2 up again on David Duval. He lost the 9th hole.
Saw his tee shot a few minutes ago. This is for a birdie to go 2 up after 8, and he's got it against Ozaki. So remember, Ozaki belted it in at the first to go 1 up. So Hoch's won 3 of the next 7 holes. So he's 2 up there. Now O'Meara 1 up after 2 against Stuart Appleby. This is the 12th game today. They're bringing them in. That's the 3rd. That famous 3rd here, and good shot by O'Meara. Now Calcavecchia at the 6th, missed an easy one to miss going 2 up. Now this to halve the hole at the 7th. Oh, it looks too casual, doesn't it? So he's had 2 dreadful putts. And here's Appleby's reply to O'Meara. So Calcavecchia and Turner are back to all square after 7. Internationals leading in 3 matches at the moment. 3 of the matches are all square, and 6 the USA. Good break, I think, for Appleby there. It's not too bad at all. O'Meara in a better position.
Still winnable. It's a hard task, but until it's dashed from their lips, so to speak, they will all go trying 100%.
They lead in 6 matches. 3 are all square. And the internationals lead in 3. So things have tightened up very considerably in the last hour. Look at this.
2 up.
Very considerably.
We've watched a lot of Ryder Cups and I've seen this formula before.
Well, just when we thought it was clearing and Pat Welsh suggested ideal golfing conditions, that rain's getting rather heavy and some of the greens,
that's at the
dangerously flooded.
And that's at the 7th, Sandy. That's and surprising there. That's the sort of the high ground. That's Mark Russell of the US PGA Tour rules official, and discussing whether it's playable, whether the match will have to be suspended.
There is some surface water there, because when Parry played his shot, there was just an indication that it slowed up just as it came to the hole because there was some water on the green.
Yeah, well, that's the patch photo, isn't it? They're talking about. We're just having a look at it on our monitors. There you can see Stuart Appleby and Mark O'Meara watching the squeegees at work before they can get out the putters. Carlos Franco, well, the putter really hasn't been his best friend this week, but maybe Carlos can do something here. He needs this for a win. It looks very, very good. At last.
Yes, that gets him back to 1 down against Phil Mickelson.
It was always felt that they needed 2 points from the first 5 games. At the present moment, they're up in 3 of the first 5 games. Who knows, Maruyama might be the man who finally clinches it.
Well, that wouldn't be bad either. This for a win. He's having a battle with Joe Ozaki. Hoch at the moment playing very well. 3 up, and this to go 4.
Yeah, what a difference an hour can make in match play.
So we go back to the 5th, and from the ideal spot, O'Meara. Oh.
Gee whiz. He's on fire.
As we journey down to Stuart Appleby, who's trying to stop the run of Mark O'Meara, but there you can see O'Meara's ball.
Tigers, who's busted one down here. He was a good 20 metres past Norman, and his ball sat down very quickly. 9-iron for Tiger. And a magnificent shot.
Appleby for a half at the 5th hole. Well done. That's a great up and down. That'll lift him a little bit. He was staring, going 4 down.
It's a bit like a football game where things going the wrong way, or a boxing match. You've got to weather the storm and keep hanging in there, and surely you can't birdie all of them.
No, he's not going to birdie every hole, exactly. Tiger Woods, though, has taken advantage of a let-off at 5 to win the 6 with a 3.
Craig Parry, normally a very good bunker player. He'll be aware of that. But you really got to pick this up sharply on the backswing, because with the with the rain, it has the effect of compacting the sand.
He knows the sand as well as anyone.
Oh, that's a wonderful shot for Craig Parry.
Could be the shot that does it for him.
We'll go ahead to Justin Leonard, and with Craig Parry's ball there, if he misses this, the match is over. And he has done. He can go and shake hands, and loses by 5 and 3. So one of the 2 points the internationals require is now in the bag, and that was a thoroughly competent performance by Craig Parry.
uphill right to left putt. And there's some water there about a third of the way up this slope, so he's going to give this a good crack to get it to the hole.
Oh, he has.
Oh, how close was that for Nick Price?
To keep the United States' hopes of winning this event alive.
Yeah, if he gets this in, he'll be 2 down with 3 to play.
And he's done it. David Duval at 15 as the two players head towards the 16th tee.
In the hole. A good putt or a good chip in this sort of match can be crucial psychologically.
4 on Jack.
And checked up, as you can see, when it was right on the flag.
I think I'd rather have Greg's. But it's very slow from down here.
Looking good.
Well, he very nearly holed one of that length on the last. He made no mistake then, and that might be a big moment for Norman.
That's exactly what I was talking about on the tee, Bruce. He needed something like that to just get him back on track.
Now here's Jim Furyk, who leads by 2 over Frank Nobilo. This at 15, and that's good. I'm not sure if that puts him 3 up. If it does, he's very close to closing that match out. So I think he is. He's 3 up. But speaking of closing out and maybe curtains, here's Nick Price.
Come down.
And he's missed it to the left. Just onto the second cut. We could be witnessing a moment of history here in a few moments' time. Let's watch this shot. It's coming further left. Well,
how about that for line ball?
All even.
All even at the moment.
No, it's not all even.
Freddie Couples, eagle putt on 10. Big putt from Freddie.
Pretty good attempt, but not good enough. And now we could well be seeing history in the making as Nick Price
concedes that one to Duval, and now has a moment of destiny in his hands at the moment. This gallery around the 17th green, know they are about to witness something very, very special.
Just watching Maruyama photo.
Duval to give him the next one.
Down the slope it goes. And that's a gimme, that's it. So Nick Price has wrapped up the President's Cup for the international team.
What a moment for Nick Price, what a moment for the internationals. It completes an incredible end of the year for the man from Zimbabwe, and they are delirious. David Fordham is down there. I'm sure he'll try and get a word with Nick. What a moment. Great team member. And the captain's assistant, Wayne Brady, is there with him. A wonderful moment for the Price family.
Nicky, nice playing. Thanks, Jack. Thanks. We had a great week,
guys
man.
are tough.
Thank you.
You two guys. You two guys are tough.
Well done. Good stuff. Thanks.
Oh, Barbara.
Wonderful moment for you. Part of history.
I'm shaking like a leaf right now. I tell you, it's terrible when you have to play for a team. You know, I mean, it's really hard sometimes. But you know, I played really good today. Thanks, honey.
You deserve that kiss, I think.
I played really well.
Terribly proud of you,
Thanks.
and you've capped off a marvellous couple of weeks with a win in the President's Cup.
Well, I tell you, I'm just happy for my team because they just played their tails off this week. I mean, right from number 1 right the way down to number 12, we all just worked so hard. And you know, yesterday we had the momentum with us, I think, in the morning. And oh, what a great feeling it is for us, especially after having been defeated in the first 2, you know.
Here's Frank Nobilo at the 16th against Furyk, and I think that might be it for Frank. and Jim Furyk. So that'll be 4 and that's a 15, rather 4 and 3 for Jim Furyk. So that's a victory for the United States. So that's 6.5 points now to 16.5. So Jim Furyk getting his first point this weekend.
He's got it. Great putt. To have a 10 in birdie fours with Greg Norman. And have a look at the steepness of this bunker on the 12th. Vijay caught the very top lip of that. Oh, that's a class shot. Gee, he couldn't see anything from down there.
A barrage of birdies and eagles. Was it a master stroke Thompson putting him with Peter Thompson putting him with Craig Parry?
Just wants this close to shut him out. That'll be good enough. Huston will concede.
Smiler!
He's been one of the real winners here in every sense of the word this week. Hey!
Listen to the crowd.
He's got an interpreter by the name of Tomo, but really he doesn't need him. He does speak English.
Got a captain by the name of Tomo as well.
So needs this to be 1 down with 2 to play to really keep this match alive. Oh, that's a silky putt. Well done. So Franco 1 up with 2 to play there. Now Scott Hoch, if he makes this or actually lags it, he will win the match 4 and 3 against Joe Ozaki. And oh, that doesn't really matter. Well played, Scott Hoch. So the US get another point. They're up to 7.5.
Here's Stuart Appleby playing Mark O'Meara. Remember, O'Meara got away to a flying start. 3 up after 4. Oh, that's a fine shot from Stuart Appleby. That's a beauty.
Welcome back. Now this putt for Mickelson for birdie to really put the pressure on Franco. He's 1 down. He led by 2 at the half, but was 2 down at 15. Birdied 16. Can he birdie 18? Beautiful putt. So now Carlos Franco, the Paraguayan, will have to make his birdie at the last to win the match. He will get a half no matter what happens, and just the wrong line. So that match all half. Good effort by Mickelson in the end to birdie 16 and 18, a match of fluctuating fortune. So it's the first match that's been halved today.
A much friendlier place to come from than where Turner was. He was up at hole high. Big break from left to right. This pretty straight. Will move just a touch.
This for the win.
And that's going to be a halved game. Greg Turner halves with Mark Calcavecchia. 7 games of the 12 singles finished. And the internationals have won 3 of them, halved 2 of them.
Back to 16, Fred Couples playing his 3rd. It's 1 up. Well done, Freddie. Give us a smile. Come on.
Ernie else, all square with Davis Love. He won the previous hole. Well, this for a 3. He's not held another big one. He has. Earls 3 at 17 goes 1 up.
You almost suggest this is in 3-putt territory, but Lee Janzen's a very good putter. A bit fortunate, I think, because of the rain. The green's much more user-friendly. Certainly would have, Bruce, it had been breathe on it material.
As they say, you watch the T of the Titleist move and then freeze.
Shake it off the end of the putt.
This for 3. This for a win. And it's half. And they finish all square.
Woods well placed, Tiger leading by 1 going into this third last hole. Craig's never been in front. Woods' biggest margin's been 2. It's been pretty much nip and tuck. Good shot. Good solid shot for the world number 1. Now here's Earls. This is live. This is to win the match against Davis Love the third. Looks pretty good 4 though there for Ernie Earls. So Davis Love looks up against it here.
But it's been a good duel between these two. Davis Love, of course, like he did the first 2 days, putted horrendously. And Davis is conceding the putt.
So that is victory to the internationals. And Ernie Els of South Africa.
Welcome back now. Fred Couples in all sorts of trouble. He's got little green to work with. He's got bunkers everywhere in front of him at the 18th. He leads Vijay Singh by 1. And he's played the most delicate, exquisite shot. Watch this roll back. That is absolute class. Wonderful shot by Couples. Vijay also has got a very awkward shot. And it's a wonderful shot by Vijay Singh. And now Fred Couples to make this. So let's have a look. And just misses. But he's given it to Vijay, so Vijay wins the last, and the match has been halved.
Sandy 154 for Tiger with an 8 iron, and I'm standing down on the fairway. Just a fabulous sight looking back to the clubhouse, almost as good as this shot. I would say 15,000 to 20,000 people gathered around the clubhouse, the 18th and the 17th. It's one of the great sights we'll see in Australian golf. Well, Tiger hasn't made it easy for him, Jack, has he? Great shot into the 130 for Greg. Took the 3-wood off the tee and nailed it. This one needs to come back a little. Oh, look. Yes. Well, he's still alive.
He is indeed.
Well, you couldn't ask for a better finish, Pat.
He'll really want to get this down 18, be able to come up the final hole, meet his mates, and here they are.
This is normally a very, very slick putt, but with of course the rain we've had today, not such a treacherous putt. This to close Norman out. Missed it left.
Oh, Greg.
Now, whatever happens, I'd like to see Norman get this in and go up the last.
Yeah.
So this for birdie to get back to 1 down and go up the 18th. If he misses, Tiger Woods wins 2 and 1.
He's going down 18.
Got a choice here. He's got to play for the fat part of the green or the middle of the green. He is 1 up. Probably shouldn't be firing the stick.
Jack 164, 6 iron. That looks to be the play. He couldn't even see the base of the pin from where he is now. This could come down the tier and make this a very, very tough putt. No one taking a breath as he plays the shot. This one looks to be just a touch left as well. It's got to get up the bank. It's on the right level, but it's left him with a putt of about 12 metres.
It's got to come up the hill and then it levels out. Speed, the key factor here. Well, Whatever happens, I reckon you might have to putt that.
Well, full credit to him, he just about got the ball to the hole.
Brave try. Brave try.
So Tiger Woods, this putt to beat Greg Norman 1 up.
Spot on, firm and in for Tiger. The ball of Stuart Appleby in running to the hole. It's not going to be a final winning 3. And the best he can do is a 4, which leaves Mark O'Meara with 2 putts to win this match. O'Meara wins a 4 of the last and 1 up in the final match. The United States win the last 2 games, but in the end the overall result is 20.5 to the internationals, 11.5 to the United States. And of these final 12 series, 12 matches, 4 went to the international team, 4 were halved, and 4 went to the United States. And the first 2 points, which was all that was the international side required, were put instantly on the board by Craig Parry and Nick Price. Craig Parry did exactly what his boss, Peter Thompson, wanted. He won by 5 and 3. Nick Price stumbled a little bit near the end, but he too, and that really was the end of the President's Cup as a competition. But how much more golf there was to be played during the afternoon.
The game of golf has grown. You know, we used to think that the game was played only in the United States. We didn't even invent it. Matter of fact, I'm not sure how well we play it anymore. No, I don't really mean that. These guys played great. They're a great team and a great bunch of players. But to take a squad from all over the world, put them together, and have them come together as a group, it's easy for us. We all come from one place. But to take a squad like Peter had, put them together, have them fight for each other, root for each other, and win is really special. I know, I'm sure Peter's very, very proud.
I didn't say exactly that this team here on my right was the greatest team in the world. I said it was the mightiest team in the world, and I still think so. And for us to have had the honor to play against this team, we cherish that, and we just savor with a good deal of modesty the fact that we came out on top. That may not always happen. We've got to face the future and look ahead 2 years from now in Washington, where we really have to prove ourselves there.